You are most welcome to our channel Poetry Online. In this lesson, we shall be discussing the detailed analysis of Nightfall in Soweto by Oswald Mbuyeseni Mitshali. Kindly subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to get updates on our new videos. Once again, let us assure you of a very interesting discussion. Get ready for this lesson. Oswald Mbuyeseni Mitshali was born in 1940 in Verhead, in the KwaZulu-Natal province of South Africa. At the age of 18, he traveled to Johannesburg to enroll at the University of Witwatersrand, but was refused admission due to racial discrimination and the separate universities legislation which prohibited most social contact between blacks and whites in terms of equal educational opportunities. He later left for the United States of America to study creative writing and education at Columbia University. On his return to South Africa, he published volumes of poems called Fire Flames, which was banned by the government at that time because the poems were protest poems against the unfair treatment meted out to blacks in South Africa. Oswald Mitshali is a poet who could adequately be described as a writer of protest and liberation poems. This poem was written at a time the white people ruled the country through a system called apartheid. Apartheid simply means separation in the African language. The laws of apartheid classified people into racial groups, that is, the whites and the blacks. Under this system, one's skin color determined where he or she could live, the kind of job he or she could do and could not do, the type of education a person will receive. That apartheid system prohibited most social contact between different races and denied blacks representation in government. The black population resorted to massive protests and showed their displeasure in Soweto and other black townships in South Africa. This led to the unlawful arrest and imprisonment of many freedom fighters since they were considered a threat to the apartheid system. Prominent among the nationalists who were arrested is the late statesman Nelson Mandela. From the ongoing discussion, we can confidently say that the background of the poem can be traceable to the colonial rule and the apartheid system. Let's begin our analysis of the poem with the title, Nightfall in Soweto. Soweto is an acronym for Southwest Township, SO for South, WE for West, TO for Township. Soweto holds a large number of slum dwellers in South Africa. The title of the poem quickly informs readers of the subject matter of the poem. The title informs readers that the poem is a story of how a night in Soweto looks like. However, the poem paints a dreadful and scary picture of South Africa, specifically Soweto, a black township in South Africa where there was massive discontentment and protest against colonial rule and the apartheid system. The use of night in the poem is most appropriate for the subject matter and the overall meaning of the poem being discussed. This is so because night is a time characterized by terror, fear, and insecurity. The entire poem is about violence and bloodshed since the speaker speaks of dreaded, disease, ravaging, murder, dagger, slaughtered, beast, and death. Nightfall in Soweto is a lyrical poem written in 3 verses. The poem is divided into 6 stanzas with an equal length. Stanza 1. Nightfall comes like a dreaded disease, seeping through the pores of a healthy body and ravaging it beyond repair. The poet begins his poem, Nightfall in Soweto, by comparing nightfall with the use of simile to a dreaded disease, which is capable of destroying a body beyond repair. Let's break down some of the words in this stanza for easy understanding. Dreaded means carrying great fear or anxiety. Pores are the small holes in your skin that sweat passes through. Ravaging, on the other hand, means to destroy something or damage something badly. The opening lines of the poem informs readers that a nightfall in Soweto is not the usual night, which is characterized by relaxation, rest, peace, and stillness. No, that of Soweto is different. He compares the night in Soweto as a fearful disease that destroys its victim beyond repairs. Here again, night is personified by the poet by giving it human attributes of attacking or invading its victim. The disease seeping through the body suggests great pain and deadly pain. Nightfall is personified as an invader or an attacker of the body or its victim, leaving the victim completely destroyed. A murderous hand, lurking in the shadow, clasping the dagger, strikes down the helpless victim. Here again, we come across some scary lines. The word lurking means to wait patiently in secret to either attack someone or destroy something, or to do something bad. This line exposes the grim experience of death and pain. The oppressor in the poem uses night to attack the victim in different ways. Here, night comes like a murderer, this time with a dagger, and strikes down the helpless victim. What this simply means is that whatever form night comes in Soweto, its main goal is to destroy people. First, nightfall comes like a dreaded disease, destroying the victim beyond repair. Next, it came like a murderer, striking down its helpless victim. The poet equally stresses on the vulnerability of the victim through a carefully selected word, helpless. The oppressor in this case seemed more powerful than the victim, making him helpless. I am the victim. I am slaughtered every night in the streets. I am covered by the fear, yawning at my timid heart. In my helplessness I languish. The word languish in this point means to remain in a difficult situation for a long time. This line shows the pervasiveness of violence and the ceaseless harm caused to the victim. The poetic persona admits the effect of all the violence, brutality, pain, and panic. He is engulfed with fear and remains helpless for a long time. These lines are a political satire aimed at ridiculing the Africans who sat down and allowed themselves to be cowed by the whites. The poet at this point makes mockery of his own people for their inability to fight and liberate themselves from the shackle of oppression, injustice, violence, panic, and racial discrimination. The poetic persona, in what seemed like he's mocking the people of Soweto for doing nothing about their situation and rather standing helpless with their timid hearts. The use of the word slaughtered by the poet suggests an animalistic way in which blacks in Soweto were treated by the whites. The poet does this by assuming the role of the victims who were slaughtered and the animalistic way the whites treated black lives in Soweto. The use of every night expresses the persistence of this fear and brutality. The black in Soweto fear every night in the street of Soweto, since that can be the last night a person can see on earth. Man has ceased to be man. Man has become beast. Man has become prey. I am the prey. I am the quarry to be run down. This line brings out the persona's idea about man. The persona used man in these lines to mean different things. Man has ceased to be man. In this line, the persona thinks about the animalistic way the black folks were treated during the apartheid regime. The black race was dehumanized and brought down to nothing. Therefore, they ceased to be humans since the whites were insensitive to black lives. Man has become beast. This line compares the white man to a beast, considering their harsh rules and insensitivity towards the people of Soweto and South Africa at large. Man has become prey. What this simply means is that the blacks are being reduced to a prey by the whites, waiting to be devoured or destroyed by the predator anytime soon. I am the prey. Here, our poetic speaker represents all Africans in the apartheid regime and declares that blacks in Soweto, and for that matter South Africa, are all prey awaiting the predator to attack them. Here again, the poetic speaker brings to mind the changes that have occurred to the human race. We no longer saw one another as brothers and sisters. Men have assumed the role of prey and predator, hunting one another down. This line brings out the beastly side of humans. By the marauding beast, let loose by cruel nightfall, from his cage of death. Here, the poetic persona informs us that the oppressor only attacks at night. The marauding beast is a symbol of the assassin or the law enforcers who are out on the street of Soweto to destroy life. The law enforcers never took men in broad daylight. They came searching for blacks to kill them. The word marauding means searching for someone to kill or destroy. They came searching for their victims in the night, as if unleashed by the night itself from its cage of death. The night seems to be a conspirator or a supporter of this brutality, as it offers the appropriate atmosphere to carry out the heinous activities. Where is my refuge? Where am I safe? Not in my matchbox house, where I barricade myself against nightfall. A refuge is a place for protection from danger and trouble. We all will agree that the home is the best place for protection. However, that is not so in Soweto. The poet in his helpless situation thinks the home is no longer safe for him. He uses a rhetorical question in this regard. The poetic speaker describes his home as a matchbox. This best describes the slums in Soweto and the level of deprivation in the area. However, it is interesting to note that these matchbox houses in Soweto contrast sharply with that of the mansions of the whites, since they enjoy good living conditions, good education, and are not restricted in any way. The apartheid system was a harsh system which put blacks at a disadvantage, whilst the white flourished in their endeavors. Therefore, this match house box cannot offer proper protection to black lives. I tremble at his crunching footsteps. I quake at his deafening knocks at my door. Open up. He barks like a rabid dog, thirsty for my blood. The poet presents the readers with a vivid image of what happens in Soweto at night and how the black lives are terrorized by the law enforcers. Even if you seek refuge in your room, the oppressor will march to your doorstep with loud knocks on your door, ordering the victim to come out and face their death. The poetic speaker, with the help of simile, captures the desperate quest of the oppressor to kill the victim. In the line, "Open up," he barked like a rabid dog, thirsty for my blood. A rabid dog is a mad dog that yearns to kill the victim. Nightfall, nightfall, you are my mortal enemy. But why were you ever created? Why can't it be daytime, daytime forevermore? In the last stanza of the poem, the poetic persona declares nightfall as his mortal enemy. He can't seem to understand why nightfall should be a time when different types of crime are masterfully and tactically carried out. Nightfall holds the lives of blacks in South Africa to ransom. Hence, they prefer daytime all the time, 24/7 of daytime without night. They never want to see nightfall again. Daytime in this line is symbolic and not just the daytime we know. Daytime represents brighter days and blissful days, free from appetite, colonization, discrimination, oppression, and violence. Nightfall in Soweto symbolizes the apartheid regime of South Africa and the fight for freedom. The major themes of the poem include the following: brutality, fear and panic, violence, racial discrimination, helplessness, lamentation. Thanks for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share this video.